It is 11 o'clock. It's Andy O'Reilly, and it is our feature called 10 at 11, where we find somebody with something good going on in the area, and we bring them in here, and we put them in the hot seat, and we get the dirt out of them one way or another. And Kylene Gee is our guest today. Kylene, welcome. You're from the Child Abuse Council in Muskegon. I'm glad you're here.
Thank you for having me.
You're doing okay with the allergies and everything? I know they're catching everybody around here. I mean, it's just that time of year.
I'm trying.
Yeah? Got any more of that Dayquil? I'll make it a good, fun interview. Everybody will be all loosened up and ready to go. Tell me about the Child Abuse Council. How long has the Child Abuse Council been around, and what's your primary mission with the Child Abuse Council?
The Child Abuse Council has been around for 34 years.
Yep.
And our mission is to prevent and treat child abuse and neglect through education, child advocacy, and community collaboration.
It's based in Muskegon, but what is your territory? How far do you cover?
We cover the entire county of Muskegon, and a couple of our programs reach into Mason and Oceana.
So it's bigger than just Muskegon. There's lots of people that you guys affect.
Yes.
You do. When child abuse is such an awful subject to have to talk about, but it's there, and it's still something that people have to recognize and have dealt with. And it's as much as it's not comfortable, talk about how the first contact comes with the Child Abuse Council. How do you guys find out when you're needed?
A couple different ways. We have a prevention team that's in the schools.
Okay.
And talking to the kids about how to keep themselves safe, what to do if somebody is harming them. And as a result, a lot of times the child will make a disclosure to that team. Then we get Children's Protective Services involved. And then they come to our facility, which is very child-friendly, and get forensically interviewed, a medical exam if necessary, and counseling.
Is it, in the past, I haven't spoken to you, but I've spoken to Chris Colley, who was your predecessor there. And I want to be careful with the phrasing of it, but child abuse is different than, say, a spanking or that kind of thing. Is that correct?
Yes.
That's and you know what? I'm not out there saying take a rod to your kids if they're acting out of line or anything like that. But the fact is that there's a big line between discipline and abuse. Where does that line? Where do they step over the line? Is it bruises? Is it? Define it.
If they inflict harm, injuries, mental abuse, things like that. You're also going to see some neglect.
Yep. Kids that don't get fed properly or educated properly or that kind of thing, right?
Yep. Utilities shut off, homeless, which is a big issue in Muskegon.
It's tough. It's a tough thing. And then this is an ongoing battle for you guys, and it takes a little bit of money to run the whole program.
It sure does.
Yeah.
We see over 21,000 kids every year.
21,000 kids a year?
Mm-hmm. That includes children who receive our prevention services.
Right. Unbelievable. It's that big of a problem. Where does it start? Is it poverty, do you think? Is it lack of parenting skills? Is it...
I would say that when you're talking about neglect, poverty certainly has a big play in it. But if you're talking about physical or sexual abuse, it knows no boundaries.
Really? So scary. Mm-hmm. Such an awful... And to think that it's perpetrated on a child, that's even worse.
Yes. Our most vulnerable.
Yeah. I've been pretty vocal on other forums about what should be done with child abusers, and decorum prevents me from saying what I would have done with most of them, but nonetheless, there should be a pretty stiff penalty, and it's good that you're doing the work that you do. Now, with all that going on, and this talk of money that people need, you guys have kind of gotten yourself into a position this year where it could be a pretty good year for the Child Abuse Council. With Rebel Road, the brand new event coming downtown Muskegon, July 16th through the 19th. How did this all come about? I know it had a lot to do with bike time moving out to Fruitport and kind of leaving Western Avenue open, and you guys just saw a chance?
Yeah, probably about a month and a half ago, I received a call from Ron Madison, who owns Rackets Bar and Grill, and informed me that Bike Time was moving their Western Avenue operations, and that the businesses along Western Avenue would really still like to have something there. And
it's essential for them.
It's very essential for them, and that they thought the Child Abuse Council, as a beneficiary, would just be the right mix.
Sure.
And so we, of course, looked into it and couldn't say no.
Yeah.
It's a great opportunity.
It's a great opportunity. What can people expect downtown when this new event, Rebel Road, comes along? I mean, it's going to kind of feel like it always has been, correct?
Mm-hmm. I think they can expect lots of fun.
Yeah.
It's going to look very similar to years past. Western Avenue will be closed due to we'll only allow motorcycle traffic. We'll have vendors. We'll have beverage tents with entertainment, really focusing on local entertainment for the most part.
And local vendors, too?
Yeah, we really want to promote the West Michigan area.
That's a good thing to do.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, that, for the confusion that I've seen and heard on social media and the papers and all that kind of stuff, I really think that there should be no problem with both of these events able to function. And I mean, because you look at the whole thing, Bike Time's putting on a pretty good value. I mean, that's a pretty cheap ticket to go out and have a pretty good time over the course of those days. But there are people, too, who don't want to be a part of that, and they just want to come down and be a part of Muskegon's downtown. So there's something for everybody.
Yeah, there certainly is. And, this opportunity would not have been afforded us had Bike Time not been around for the last 8 years.
Yeah.
And so we recognize that. We're very appreciative. We want them to have a very successful event. And we feel there's enough bikers and supporters to go around, and we encourage them to attend both events. And,
knowing a little bit about this from the inside, too, we bring up the essential word with the businesses on Western Avenue. This is kind of a make or break weekend for them. And in my opinion, it's kind of a make or break weekend for the city because we have got so many people in from all over the Midwest, even further. And they need things like food, they need beverage, they need entertainment, they need things to do, they need places to stay. And if all of this was just a non-event downtown, as a city, we'd kind of let that whole bunch of tourists down, wouldn't we?
We would. And downtown Muskegon has evolved. I mean, it is just a beautiful area. And so to bring them in and to highlight it, since we've gone public, we're getting from all across the nation, we're getting contacts and excitement and people coming. So we're pretty excited.
You should look at that smile over there. Man, we finally dragged one out of her. It went ear to ear, too. That's the way you want it. If people need to know more about the Child Abuse Council, where can we send them?
They can go to www.childabusecouncil.org.
Okay.
We are also on Facebook.
Yep.
They can just Google Child Abuse Council Muskegon County.
Okay. Any final thoughts as we get sent to send? I mean, we're at 7.5 minutes here. You still got some time. It's called 10 and 11 for a reason. Any final thoughts?
I would just encourage people to come down and check us out. Check out the new Bike Time venue. Come down, hang with us on Western Avenue, and know that every dollar that you spend is going to go back out to help the children of Muskegon County.
Pretty amazing thing you guys are up to, isn't it? Look at that. There's another one. That's the great thing when you talk to somebody like Kylene here, who spends day in and day out making a difference in lives, and to see that smile, that's where the reward is, isn't it?
Yes.
Probably not the big paychecks. Kind of like here.
We are nonprofit.
Kylene Gee, it's called Rebel Road. To Stop the Abuse. It's going to be downtown on Western Avenue, July 16th through the 19th. Good luck on the event.
Thank you, Andy.
And we really hope that it's a huge thing for the Child Abuse Council. And, I got a feeling that as gruff and tough as all those bikers look, when they find out that it's for the Child Abuse Council, I think wallets are going to get opened up in a big hurry.
I think you're right.
A lot of good things going on. Kylene Gee from the Child Abuse Council. Rebel Road, we'll put all the details up online at realgoldradio.com momentarily. Have a great day, Kylene. Anytime we can help, let us know.
Thanks, Andy.
And you stop back in and we'll get the word out for you. Rebel Road, July 16th through the 19th, downtown Muskegon. We'll stay on it right up till the event. Right now it's the Guess Who, and it is on the new 98.9 Real Gold Radio.